is a seismic event. Now, let the party begin.
Your healthy radio addiction starts now.
Ride or die, 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 fly. Know that they ride or die. Cody, what is my guys? Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. I keep wearing no filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
What's up, everyone? How you guys and gals doing? The intelligence agencies are planning a coup, is what some reporters, some independent reporters are reporting right now. And a lot of people would say, oh, that's BS, man. The CIA, NSA don't do that kind of stuff. But we're going to bring you some kind of examples of that. Lot of people are scared to death in the deep state that Trump is actually going to win. It looks like he's going to win. Old Kamala on Fox News last night, she done went crazy, man. She was like a bat out of a hell. She done flunked it. My advice is do not go near Joe Rogan's podcast. You will get obliterated, man. Obliterated. But yeah, we got that coming up right now in a couple minutes. I just wanted to say something, man. The leftists, they're just some crazy ass people. I want to show you something. I want your opinion on this, China. I want your opinion on this. This was from Charlie Kirk. Now, what he does is he goes to universities and takes questions and debates, you know, these people. Okay. Listen to this.
What's your name?
None of your business, unfortunately.
Okay. Hello. Nice to meet you. None of your business.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, do you love America?
Yes, I do.
I hate America. Every state in the USA should be an independent country. What do you think of this?
Fuck, dude.
Well, I just first have to ask, since you hate the country, do you plan to leave?
What do you mean by that?
Do you plan to go live in another country?
No, I do not.
Let me tell you something.
Your face is an idiot.
America is the only country where even those who hate it refuse to leave. That's how you know you live in a great country.
Can you prove that? Well, thank you. May I have a hat?
No. So let me ask you, none of your business. Who do you plan to vote for?
I plan to vote for Kamala Harris.
Why?
I mean, you answered my question, so I'm done here. Like, there are people waiting.
Can you tell me her greatest accomplishment?
No, I can't.
Can you tell me a single accomplishment?
I cannot. I want to leave. Like.
That's a typical Kamala Harris voter. I hate America. Are you going to leave?
No.
No. Notice the mask and stuff and how he's breathing.
Yeah, he was breathing like he was nervous.
Can I have a hat? Because they were handing out Donald Trump hats.
Why would you want a hat?
Right.
If you're voting
But what
for
does
Kamala?
that tell you? That he cannot even name a single issue that she was good at, which you can't. I'd have a hard time with that because I can't. But I wouldn't be voting for the person if I couldn't name anything. What does that say about how our kids are being dumbed down in this country through the educational system?
Well,
that's a product of our educational system. What do you think?
Well, it is even in our situation. Hello, our daughter.
Mm.
She went away before she went away to college. She did not have the views that she has now.
Right.
Her views totally changed as far as, well, duh, she voted for Biden. So her views totally changed.
Well, on context of how
Because
they
they're
even try to
basing-
present
They're
their
basing
problem.
their views when they vote, the younger generation, not on the whole picture. They're basing it on one thing.
And it sounded like he didn't even have one thing.
He didn't even have. How can you not explain why you specifically are voting one way or the other? You can't pick one reason on why you are choosing to vote for one specific person.
Why did he have the he felt he had the need to come out and he just made himself look stupid is what he did.
Yeah, I personally want to know why he did, unless he just really wanted to.
Is that what leftists do? They go out there to yell, scream just to be noticed? Because
that's
basically
exactly,
he ain't getting laid.
That's exactly why they do it. They just want to be noticed. They don't care if it's by negativity or positivity. They want to
as
be
long
noticed.
as they get their voice.
They get their voice out. That's all that matters to them. Just like he just did right now. He got his voice out there, and he don't care how he looks.
Unbelievable. Here's another one from there. Let me know about this one.
I am of the belief that abortion is never medically necessary.
Are you a doctor?
No. Are you?
No.
But there is a community of OBGYNs that agree with me.
So is it our decision to make? Is it something that we can decide?
That's an interesting question.
So
First of all,
should it be something that people have the ability to vote on, yes or no, if a woman is able to make that choice?
Should a mom be able to kill her 2-year-old daughter?
No.
Are you a doctor?
No.
Okay, but why are we able to say it's wrong? So we're able to make moral statements when the baby's outside the womb. Why not? Why it's in the womb? Thank you for coming.
Ouch. That's what happens when they're confronted with facts or actual debate.
Now, Tom, did he say that he doesn't feel that an abortion is medically necessary?
And a lot of people I like that.
Okay, but there are circumstances.
Well, there is.
Are.
Yes, me and you agree on that.
Yeah, there are circumstances when there is, because it could put the
mother's life
in danger. Yeah.
But does he have a point for those that just use abortion to use abortion? That hey,
some people are out there using abortion as birth control.
This is true. But why I put it this way is because the first one, he hates America and can't name one thing that she's done. And then you got another one, which, by the way, Matt Getz point comes good. Why is she worried about abortion? Nobody's going to impregnate her. But they don't have any responses.
No, she really couldn't come up with any good responses to that. I mean,
but if you think about it, should a mother be allowed to kill her 2-year-old?
No, absolutely not.
So why is it different when it's in the womb? That was a good point right there. Don't you think?
I mean, it is a good point. I mean, me personally, I would never do that. So,
well, I know you wouldn't.
No,
but there's actually people out there that would go and just use abortion as birth control,
which I believe is completely wrong.
I do.
It's 100% wrong. There are specific situations when I have absolutely no issue with somebody doing an abortion, and that's incest and rape. Because why would you want to carry a product of that situation around?
And I totally agree.
But
that was basically because...
And then health reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I still feel that the woman does have the right to choose because it is her body.
Mm-hmm.
And any kind of medical procedure should be at choice of the person who is getting that procedure.
So basically what it comes down to is leftists, man, they are loony, man. Check this out. Our main topic today, the intelligence agency. This is out of Laura Logan. If Trump is elected in spite of the cheat.
Your share screen only and it doesn't have the article.
It doesn't have the article. What the hell is going on here? Let me
you forgot to put the article
I forgot it, huh?
Forgot it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let's see here. There, and there. Let's see if it works. Is it working?
No.
Okay, I'll just read the article because I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, can you see it? Can you see it?
Do it. Do it, BD.
Laura Logan, if Trump is elected in spite of the cheat already underway, and a lot of people think that's happening, what are the chances he will take office? And she understands from multiple intelligence sources, and Laura's a good reporter, that those opposing him, America's enemies, both foreign and domestic, have plans in place to create violence that continues long after the polls close. You can expect these people to keep trying through the inauguration, and it remains to be seen what happens after that. But business as usual seems likely to fail. The severe nature of crimes committed against the American people, from treason and sedition to crimes against children, seem to have those responsible panicking right now because they know they have lost all accountability will follow. But yeah, that's Laura Logan presenting what her sources in the intelligence communities are saying. They really do not want Trump. They are scared to death of the accountability he's going to bring. And if people say that, well, that's not possible in the U.S., the CIA would never do that, you're full of shit. Right now, can you see that at least?
Yes.
All right. Here's just one of the examples of the CIA overthrowing a government. In a 1954 CIA operation, codename Operation PB Success, the U.S. government executed a coup that successfully overthrew the government of President Jacopo Arbenz, elected in 1950, and installed another person, the first of the line right-wing dictators. That was in 1954, and then we all know about the rest of how the CIA does stuff. It is actually a scary thing that nobody's covering this kind of stuff. But do you think there's going to be political violence after the election?
I think there's going to be a lot of major issues after the election, depending on which way it goes. Hopefully it goes one way and not the other. But I think, okay, if Trump wins, then you're going to see Kamala Harris's
supporters go batshit crazy like they are.
Yeah, but I also feel that it's going to be the same thing if it goes the other direction.
Here's what I think, and this is a question to everybody out there. If these loony leftists actually get stupid and wanting to cause all kind of violence, don't you think it's our responsibility to engage them?
What do you mean?
Engage them. Say they want to burn down our city, our little village. Do you think us as citizens of this village should fight them back?
Yeah, you should probably do anything you can to stop that from happening.
This is the kind of stuff the CIA plans and the NSA with other countries. They sow civil strife. They've done this all over the world, and I think that should be illegal for one. They done it in Libya where they killed Gaddafi. Oh, that was Clinton's big one. Dude was working with us, and all of a sudden she don't like him. I do not think a single agency should have power over everybody in the country.
Mm-mm.
And I know they're listening to this right now because that's how they do things. The NSA, they take they got supercomputers where all the information on the internet has keywords, and then it brings their attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they're bastards. I don't think the CIA should exist. I think it's outlived its purpose because it's so corrupt. And that's why they killed JFK. Because JFK didn't want to go along with them. So let's just kill him.
Is that like their answer for everything?
You know, a lot of people laugh when people bring up, hey, the deep state. There is a deep state, man, of unelected bureaucrats that run this fucking country. And it needs to stop. Do you think that the founders of this country are rolling in their graves right now?
Oh, God, tenfold. Mm-hmm. George Washington.
Everybody's rolling in their grave at how
Jefferson.
big government actually got.
Mm-hmm.
We became the people that we fought. We just don't have a king.
I don't want no king. That'd be worse.
And actually, you have to say, what does people gain from a civil war? A lot of people can gain from a civil war. And with the history of the CIA, NSA planning these coups around the world, don't you think they can do it here? I think they can do it here, don't you?
Well, duh.
To save their ass.
Well, somebody needs to do something to save all of our asses because this is going to the birds. This whole ordeal is going to the birds.
One thing that they're really scared of is Elon Musk being in there, doing the accountability, cutting government. Everybody's worried about their jobs.
Well, maybe they should be worried.
Because when he came in and bought Twitter, he cut 80% of the jobs because they weren't needed.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing here? Oh, nothing? Okay, bye, you're gone. You're gone, bye-bye. Bye, Felicia.
And by the way,
what?
Just a side note here. Things are still hard for us, right?
Definitely, 110%.
So why are they giving 485 more million to fucking Zelensky?
Good question. Why are they?
It was unbelievable. I seen that again. I was like, don't you idiots know that he's probably pocketed most of that money because they're corrupt as hell in Ukraine. And they're not going to win that war. So why do you keep on giving money, our money?
Giving the stop giving the U.S.'s money to other countries. My God, really? You have all these people in the U.S. that are struggling because people are losing jobs. The families that are suffering from the hurricanes, and $750. But you're giving all this money away that can help the people in the country we live in now.
Inherent right to self-defense and defense of others. Do you actually see? I'm hard pressed on this one. I think once in a while it's a good thing to, to bleed something, if you know what I mean. Like a deer, you bleed it to get all the bad stuff out.
Yeah.
Is it time for that in our country?
Oh, we're going to hang people from their ankles and bleed them out.
It's gotten so bad with these. It's basically a communism versus a Democrat type of deal. Our republic is being thrown down the shitter because of a bunch of communists.
Ouch.
And you've seen that was the future. Dude with mask, long hair, I hate this country. Well, it was a legitimate question. Well, are you going to leave? No.
Yeah, those kind of people just need to leave then. Go somewhere else. Go Canada. We don't care. You hate this country so much. Get out of it.
Get out.
Get out. Get out of here. Just leave. Stupid. God.
Here's a couple clips we're going to go over about that. I'm telling you, Harris, she bombed this interview. I think Brett Baer ended her freaking campaign.
Frankly, exhausted of Brett.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But
people
you're the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen. Over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me.
She tried to blame Trump. You've been there 3.5 years, broad.
Girl, you've been in the White House for 3.5 years with Biden. You can't blame Trump for all the screw ups that you and Biden have made for the past 3.5 years. What is wrong with you, girl?
She cannot answer a direct question.
Get it together. Quit pointing fingers at other people because there are more fingers pointing back at you, girl.
But did you see the way she was acting when she got defensive?
She looked like she was going to pee herself.
79% of people think this country is headed in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, you have to see this one.
Uh-oh.
This was at the funeral of Bobby's mother. Watch this. And you tell me who's the freaking one running this country.
Conversation. Looks like Obama almost giving Joe Biden the cold shoulder there. Almost a scolding. What's going on between these two, huh? What do you think Obama's telling Biden right now? Why don't you email me and let me know?
Do you see Obama scolding him? That's a fucking president, and he's doing that. So who's running this country?
Well, I don't know. Right now, maybe
the deep state probably, or Obama directing everything.
Yeah, I don't think Biden's not upstairs. That's the thing.
And I think that's despicable that they doing this to this man. You know, even though I don't agree on his policies, you don't do that.
Dude, what they're doing is considered elderly abuse. I don't care what anybody says. And do I have respect for him? No, I freaking don't. But he's a human being. God. It's like he's mentally being tortured.
And he looks like it.
Yeah.
He looks like he's being mentally tortured.
It's terrible.
So with that question, we asked who's the president, and here's an interesting one.
Who's actually the president, Mr. President?
Well, I think it's a committee of people, and they might not even know who the committee is. They may not even know themselves. Does that make sense? It's a group of people that are in different levels of D.C., and they surround a man that was not the most capable person.
Yeah.
By the way, never was.
Right.
But certainly not anymore.
Yeah.
And she's worse than he is. She's worse than he is. And the difference is she was a believer. You know, she was a believer for a long time. She was a Marxist for a long time. She's further left than Bernie. You've heard that many times.
Yeah.
Talk about it. But she's further left than Pocahontas, okay? Pocahontas is probably further left than Bernie, I think. I don't know how you rate him. I'd have to go by your scale. I believe in your scale maybe more than mine. You know better. But if you think about it, we have some people, and she is considered the most left in the entire Senate, and not the smartest.
Now, after seeing how Obama treated Biden just now, I think it makes a lot of sense what he just said.
Dude, I've been telling you for probably the last 6 months that I think Obama's the one that's been running the country because he's always around.
He is.
And
but to actually see that unfold,
it's like, you need to be in time out there. You need to stop.
That was an unbelievable sight.
Go back and hide in your hole so nobody can see you in public. Go change your diaper.
Go change your diaper. Get out of here.
I mean, I said 6 months ago that I swear to God that Obama's running it. And yeah, proof is in the pudding.
By the way, as Tim says, you can now vote in Iowa. I know it's underway in Georgia and a bunch of other states. Get out there and vote. Grab a friend, a family member. Go to the polls, because that's the kind of issues that we're facing right now is what you're seeing. And it's just a scary thing. I know that the CIA is planning something. They always are. That's why I think it needs to be restructured. I think the FBI needs to be restructured, and we need to start getting a lot of these people away from our country, and it's messed up. We got our new breaking news segment coming up in a little bit. We're going to talk about some immigration that she said about, but this segment is all China Doll.
Yay, me. The family of a Tennessee factory worker who was killed during Hurricane Helene is suing the company and its CEO, claiming that the bosses snuck out of the factory to escape the catastrophic weather conditions while they ordered their employees to stay. Johnny Peterson, 55, is one of the two workers at Impact Plastics who are now confirmed dead in flooding that engulfed the factory in a rural town of Irwin on September 27th. Of 11 employees who were swept away, 5 were rescued and the other 4 remain missing, according to reports. According to the explosive lawsuit by Peterson's family on Monday in Tennessee State Court, the facility's managers denied employees pleas to leave work as the hurricane bore down on the area. That's despite the fact that the workers began receiving notifications from the National Weather Service around 10 a.m., urging all who could evacuate to higher ground to do so. According around 10:30 a.m., the company's managers told the employees to move their cars because the parking lot was flooding. Then around 11:35, senior management, including Impact Plastics founder and CEO Gerald O'Connor, had stealthily exited the building. Workers had assumed they were also allowed to go home as local schools and other businesses announced closures because of Hurricane Helene. Instead, Impact Plastics allegedly instructed its employees to report to work because the company wanted to meet their deadlines.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
That's sad, isn't it?
That is sad.
That's a sad state of affairs. A retired New York Police Department detective fatally shot his wife and then turned the gun on himself in an apparent murder-suicide while their 3 kids were in their Westchester home.
Oh, Jesus.
On Wednesday. Sean O'Neill, 54, apparently fired multiple shots.
She is, doesn't she, Steve? China Doll's gotten real damn good at this new stuff.
He apparently fired multiple shots at his wife, Arlene O'Neill, a 5th grade teacher, then shot himself once in the head with a handgun after a dispute in their home just past 7 a.m.
Ain't that serious, bro?
Emergency responders tried to save 47-year-old Arlene, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. This is so
My
sad.
question is, if you're a paramedic or something and you know that dude's a murderer, would you try to save him?
No, they're trying to save his wife, who he tried to kill.
That's what I mean.
He was already dead.
Well, that's what I mean. But if he had a chance to make it, would you save him? I wouldn't.
They're required to, even though.
I know. Oops, that's what I would have said.
Oops, my bad.
That is China Doll's news, man. She's really kicking ass with that, isn't she, everybody?
Kicking ass and taking names.
Taking the names.
Kicking ass, taking names.
Jason, there are a shit ton of everyday citizens who are ready at a drop of a hat to start and get involved in another civil war in this country. And what I ask is, you know, the leftists don't like guns and stuff. How the hell are they going to fight a civil war? One more from China Doll, then we're going to get going on immigration. This answer is going to blow your mind.
Oh, and I love to hear your opinion on this one. A California judge accused of killing his wife. Guess what? He is still raking in his nearly $250,000 salary despite being held.
Oh my God.
A California, yeah. So the California judge who is behind bars for allegedly murdering his wife is getting paid still.
Don't you wish if I was behind
jail.
bars, I'd still get paid?
Yeah. while he's in jail. So Orange County Superior Court Judge Jeffrey Ferguson, 74, who was charged with fatally shooting his wife in front of their son, has been collecting compensation while awaiting trial, according to the Orange County Register. I don't understand that. The Golden State laws provide the judge facing criminal charges must continue to be paid unless they are ultimately convicted.
Unbelievable.
So this mofo, who's a judge, who killed his own wife, is still going to get paid. Government official still getting paid.
Must be nice.
Until convicted. So this court case can, I don't know, because you know how sometimes court cases can take forever and a day when it's a murder conviction? This could take forever and a day, and this whole entire time he will be collecting a salary while his wife is in the ground.
Unbelievable.
I do not find that 100%. I don't find that correct.
And that's your morning news with China right there.
So everybody forever was like, Kamala Harris is the worst vice president. She's the least popular vice president of all time. And then in a moment in time, all of a sudden she's our solution. She's our hero. Everybody's with her. All these social media posts about her. Try Googling a negative story on her. You won't find one.
So,
ta-da!
Okay.
Ta-da! He's right. Kamala better not go on there.
Ta-da!
She's already been screwed during the Fox News. You think she's going to be able to take 2 hours with Joe Rogan?
No.
She couldn't last 20 minutes with Brett Baer. And it was funny. The interview was abruptly canceled because all her handlers were waving and cut the interview. They knew she was getting destroyed. Here's her answer on immigration.
Just finish. I'll get to the question. I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
And when you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies. Most significantly, the policy that required illegal immigrants to be detained through deportation, either in the U.S. or in Mexico. And you switched that policy. They were released from custody awaiting trial. So instead, included in those were a large number of single men, adult men, who went on to commit heinous crimes. So, looking back, do you regret the decision to terminate Remain in Mexico at the beginning of your administration?
At the beginning of our administration, within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress, before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the Chips and Science Act, before the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the first bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the... Yes, ma'am.
May I finish responding, please?
But
you have to let me finish,
You
please.
had the White House and the House and the Senate,
I'm
and they didn't bring up
in the
that
middle of
bill.
responding to the point you're raising.
Okay.
What she won't tell everybody is most of the reason why everybody voted against that is because they wanted over 1.8 million illegals to be able to come into the country each year.
No.
But she can't stay on topic at all.
I didn't even understand where she was going with what she was saying just now.
I didn't either.
It's like he asked
that was the whole interview.
She's all like in circles, like straight answers, girl. That's why he's interrupting her, is because she's not giving a straight answer and he's trying to get one and he's not getting one.
Basically, she wanted to filibuster everything.
And I feel that if she goes on Joe Rogan's show, it's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be a hot mess, but it's going to probably make us laugh.
Well, yeah, it would be entertaining.
Her and her word salad.
That's basically what it is word salad.
It's like it's more like word vomit.
And their immigration policies have led to even old Wild Willie came out and said if that immigrant was properly vetted, right, she wouldn't have been dead to the girl.
Mm-hmm.
They're just letting them in. And it's sickening, but she cannot answer simple questions. And earlier we showed that thing where that university student said he can't even name one accomplishment, but he'll vote for her. This is the impact of their immigration policies that people are having.
There's been some assaults with some kids on the bus.
Okay.
One student attacked another American child on the bus.
Yeah, it was like a Haitian kid attacked a younger
and I
American
guess
kid,
he
right?
was like 20.
So it was a 20-year-old Haitian kid on the bus attacked a 14 or 15-year-old girl.
He told the girl to move, and she said no, and he grabbed her. It like really grabbed her.
Yeah.
And like wouldn't let her go. Like they just get on the bus and go to school. You know, with like the elementary kids just to get a ride to school.
Like high school kids?
Yeah, and the schools don't do the school doesn't do anything about it.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, is
The
there
school
any
does nothing
disciplinary-
about it.
Just
People
because they're-
complain all the time about things and they do nothing.
What do you think about that?
Why is a 20-year-old taking a bus with a bunch of minors?
That was my first freaking thought.
I'm
What
sorry,
in
but
the
what
hell
the
is
hell
a
is that?
20-year-old doing on the bus?
Yeah, why is it?
Isn't there like a time where they cut it off? Hey, you're not good at high school. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I know even with the special ed courses at the school here, they're done. They literally, if they're in the special education classes, they can stay until they're 20.
That's messed up, but they shouldn't be allowed on a bus with freaking
minors.
But that's what their policy has done to this country, is that kind of story. And now down in Texas, I guess, so Venezuela gangs are taking over more apartments, but it's only a few, according to that ABCU.
Yeah, it's only a few.
It's only
fine.
a few.
It's fine. Duh.
That's their little bubble, man. These people that are in power. But the full Fox News interview is everywhere. You can check it out, especially on X. There's, I think Trump put it up as an ad, the whole damn thing. But she never answers anything. And my advice to her handlers, her staff, is don't let her go nowhere near Joe Rogan, because you're already looking like shit. And Joe ain't gonna sit there and play with you.
He don't.
And everybody was scared that Brett Baer was not gonna do it either.
No,
But
he
he
seemed
came
like-
out handling her ass.
He seemed like he was holding his own. Let me tell you what. Oh man, she's stupid.
She was bad.
She's stupid. Nah, see, I could see Trump handling what she was going through just now. I think Trump could have.
Oh, Trump did. He's done it.
He's got
He
it.
called that one dude, "You've been wrong all your life."
That was funny.
From yesterday.
That was funny.
That's how he handles it. He's a G. He's a goat.
Now I'd like to see Kamala go with Joe Rogan, okay? And then the next day, Trump with Joe Rogan.
Now, my interesting question is, we brought up the fact that Obama was scolding Biden at that funeral.
Yeah, he told him to not forget the Desitin next time.
Now, Obama also scolded blacks. He actually had the audacity to say, "You're black, you're supposed to be voting for us." And a lot of blacks are getting sick of that shit.
The Democratic Party has left black voters in the dust.
It's almost like they want to seduce us with Obama. Gas was cheaper. I know that my bills were cheaper. Life was better under President Trump.
I think it's touch and go right now. I see shades of the Hillary Clinton campaign with the arrogance of a Democratic Party out of touch with the electorate.
What do you think? You think blacks are finally saying enough?
I think they're fed up.
And how could you treat them stupid like that?
Because if you look at the big picture, everybody in this country has seen where the country has gone in the last three almost 4 years, but 3.5 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala was a part of that. Okay. She's been in office as the VP for the last 3.5 years. Prior to Biden getting into office, we could afford gas. We could afford groceries. Has nothing to do with COVID. Because I know there's usually a go-to with COVID, but usually that's just the easiest way to explain, when COVID started.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to Biden getting into office, we could afford everything. We could spend $300 and be stocked up for groceries for like almost a month. Your pantry would be full. Everything would be full. Gas did not cost, almost $4 a gallon. In some states, even more than that.
What do you think about the concept that these Democrats think because you're black, you got to vote for us? It was funny on CNN. Yes, CNN. There was a black radio host that came out and said this election, as far as black people are concerned, and she was black, came out and actually said it's between the house niggers and the field niggers, and the field niggers are for Trump. Actually said that, and I'm quoting that, by the way. That ain't coming from me. How could they say something like that?
Because it's so, and that was a black guy that said that.
It was a black woman that said this election is between the house nigga and the field nigga.
That's because it's okay for black people to say that word. Now, if it was a white person that said that word, it'd be racist.
Well, I'm just saying what she said, and that's how they think. That they're owed that vote.
Ain't nobody owed nothing.
And that's the way the Democratic Party has been treating blacks forever. And one thing you can actually say is, if you actually look at the history, because it was the Democrats with the slavery, they owned the slaves. The Republicans broke that up with the Civil War. Now, all of a sudden, they expect them to vote for them. So it's kind of in its way slavery still. But I think a lot of blacks are waking up to the fact that they don't have to do it that way anymore.
Last week when Barack Obama descended from Martha's Vineyard to then wag his finger at black men and blame them for not voting for Kamala Harris because she's a woman. I think that's absolutely insulting to people like me. This is not about identity politics. This is about voting for the right person that's going to help out your pocketbook, not about voting for them because of the color of their skin. And what black men now realize is that it was better under President Trump than it is under Kamala Harris. And people like Barack Obama that spends his time mostly around the white Hollywood liberal elites have absolutely no idea what it's like to buy groceries and put gas in his car and live in an economy like this. So therefore, they get to come down and wag their finger at us, but we aren't paying attention to that anymore because we have to live with the disaster that we've seen for the past 4 years. And furthermore, Larry, I don't want anybody voting for anybody based on the color of their skin. I am a congressman in a white majority district. They're not voting for me because I'm black. They're voting for me because of my conservative values and how I feel about this country, my acumen, my education, and my service. That's what this all needs to be about. Let's cut the race out. Let's cut out all the pandering to the black community, and let's get down to brass tacks. It is about the border. It is about the economy. It is about our safety. And that doesn't impact just young black men or young white men or Hispanic men. It impacts every single demographic in this country. That's what we're fighting for.
Well, I think that was a kick-ass freaking deal right there.
I agree with him 110% because you know what? I don't care what the color of anybody's skin is. It's what they're speaking about. I don't care what Camilla's color is. I don't care what her race is. I don't care what her freaking religion is. I want to know what issue she's planning on taking care of. Same with Trump. Trump not white, he orange. Well,
Commander Bell, as a black man, I tired of all the bullshit. Obama is like Steven on Dango Unchained running Democrat plantation. I agree 1,000% on that.
It shouldn't matter the color of the person's skin. Am I a little on the negative side because she's a female? Yeah, because I don't feel a female's ready to run a country. I'm sorry, I'm a female, and I don't feel that a female should run the country. I think it should be a man's job. Sorry.
And
sorry,
you know what? I agree with that.
Sorry, ladies.
Steve, no one cared until Obama came in and made racial division a key. See, Obama was a good talker, and I'll be the first one to admit in 2008, I voted for him.
I wasn't registered at the time.
I voted for him because I thought that he was going to bring change. I thought that he would get rid of the wars. Instead, he, escalated them. But he was all auditory and nothing to back up policies and stuff.
And I agree with what Rattlesnake just says. I am an American citizen. The tone of my skin and beliefs are supposed to be irrelevant in politics.
And it was.
Mm-hmm.
Did I care he was the first black or mixed president? No, I wanted to know what the hell he was going to do for me.
Yeah, I want to know what these people are going to do for our country. Stop sending money overseas. It's stupid. It's ridiculous when your own country is fallen into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but why would
struggling.
a CNN host bring that up? Okay, I know slavery is a huge issue, so why do you bash your own people then? Between a house and then a field one.
Ignorance.
But Obama, he was supposed to be the hope and change, and it never, came about. It actually was Trump who did criminal justice reform. Obama didn't even do it. But to hear that kind of stuff and for them to do the identity politics is outrageous. And I think a lot of black men are waking up to the fact, hey, we don't want to be slaves anymore to this party.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got Obama coming out and scolding them for it. They go through the same stuff me and you go through.
Yeah.
This ain't a white, brown, or black issue. We all hurting right now.
We all bleed the same color. Sorry. I mean, you cut me, cut a black person, cut a brown person, cut a yellow person. Everybody's gonna bleed the same freaking color.
And every military man out there is gonna tell you, I don't give a hell what color somebody is in that foxhole,
as long as they got your back.
So why is it these politicians keep doing this?
Because they think it's gonna help them. Instead, it's hurting them. They're not paying attention. She thinks because she's black, she's going to get all the black votes. Well, guess what? You're not.
And there's some debate if she's black or not. She's really Indian and I don't know.
She's Indian and Jamaican.
So
I looked it up.
So what? That make her black or Indian?
It's she's mixed. She's not even one straight race. She's mixed. One of her parents is Jamaican and the other is Indian. She's mixed.
Steve says no one gets more hate than a black man or woman who votes Republican. And the sad part is it comes from their own people.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right on that. The Republicans have actually gotten a lot more black people within their ranks. Like he said, I would vote for him over a white guy any damn day because he knows the issues that are important to me. Ain't that what this country's supposed to be about, is representing the people?
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of things that need to be taken care of, and one of the main priorities is the borders.
The borders are really affecting the black community in the south side of Chicago right now because they set up a tent encampment right in a park, and they're going through all kinds of crime right now.
And I also feel another thing that needs to be taken care of, because me personally, I have not done the research to see where either party stands, but on medical. Okay, I have not done the research, which one of my intentions is to do the research and see. But, finding Kamala's issues and what she's going to take care of, it's still very hard to find. But I want to know where they stand as far as medical and what they're going to do for people in this country that, have a hard time paying for medical insurance. So I'd like to know where they stand on that. Because why? Because it's a huge freaking issue.
But instead, they're scolding black people for not voting for Democrats.
Which is stupid. Stop scolding. Don't be telling people which way to vote.
I think Elon Musk said it perfectly about this mindset on slavery still be thrown around. And you had two black men come on and really give a valid argument.
Mm-hmm.
A valid argument. But for the Democrats to keep on trying to they're actually putting down black people. If you actually open your eyes and look at it, like, hey, it's too hard for them to get an ID. Come on, really? Or they have to vote for us because they're black.
And here's the part. Who cares what race they are?
I think we want to look to the future rather than the past. In fact, if you look at history, if you study history broadly, everyone was a slave. Everyone. We are all descended from slaves.
Yeah.
Well, all of us.
Yeah.
It's just a question of when. Was it more recent or less recent? That's it.
Right.
But what future do we want? Is this something we want to make part of our constant dialogue forever, or do we want to say, like, let's just move on and treat everyone according to just who they are as an individual?
What do you think about that? Just treat people as the individual that they are.
I agree. I agree with him 100%. You need to treat everybody just as a human being, not based on the color of their skin. The color of a person's skin shouldn't matter which way they're going to vote. And I do agree with what you said a little bit ago about, if a black person's going to vote Republican, the only people that are going to come down hard on them are other black people.
And everybody wants their neighborhoods to be safe. They want their children to be safe. So if the policy position of a Republican is better than a Democrat, why not?
But you also got to keep in mind the people in those kind of neighborhoods need to take care of their neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
They need to step up as a community to get their neighborhoods better.
And if you want to know the political beliefs of Hollywood here, I'll give you a breakdown since I was able to vote. The first president I voted for was Bill Clinton. The second one was Bill Clinton. George Bush, and then I skipped the next one, and then it was Barack Obama. The next one after that, I wouldn't vote for Mitt Romney, and then it was Trump. And then it was Trump again. But when Trump was running the first time, I actually voted for Mike Huckabee in the primaries. But that's I vote for either one, who's right, who I think, in my opinion, is going to help me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a hardcore freaking, I was a blue dog Democrat. They're like non-existent anymore. But that's when Democrats actually had brains. But that's my political system there. I don't vote D or R. I vote who I think is best.
Now, if you say, who did I vote for? Absolutely nobody, because this will be the first election I'm ever going to vote for.
This will be your first one.
Very first one.
So I don't think that you put people in a box. And that's what they've done to black people. The whole country's existence, they put them in a box. And I'm glad to see that people are actually coming out in force that are in the black community saying, you know what, enough of this shit. This is the #1 song, and it's only a minute long because I cut it, that is going on right now.
Mean what you say and say what you mean. It's either black or white, no in between. You ain't gotta lie just to kick it. I'd rather hear the truth, I could go without the fiction. Mean what you say and say what you mean. It's either black or white, no in between. You ain't gotta lie just to kick it. I'd rather hear the truth, I could go without the fiction. Kamala was locking us up, Trump was freeing them. When them politicians speaking, I ain't believing them. You either real or fake, it's all love or hate. They start saying that you changed when they can't relate. I ain't trying to debate, cause I don't care what you think. I'm on point so bad, I got no time to blink. There was days I was thirsty, nothing to drink. Now I got more ice than a hockey rink. Shots ain't scaring us, you ain't fearing us. Back against the wall, got me feel like they daring us. Push it to the limit, give a f about a ticket. Tents on the beat. Shout out to my man Anthony Constantino. We gotta come together and unify as one nation. President Trump, you got love in these streets.
That's powerful right there.
That's pretty powerful. Actually, I was like jamming over here.
That's the #1 song, and like he says, we got to come together as one nation. And Trump has love on the streets, man. Look what they've been trying to do to him. And I think it's an awesome, I think he might get at least 20% of the black vote out of this election. If he does that, hey, he wins.
Before we get ready to jet, read Jason's.
Realistic question without getting into a fight. Which people have been hated on for longer throughout history? Black people or Jewish people? It's always been Jewish people from the beginning. That goes back to biblical times right there. That was a good question, though, but that's in my opinion.
My opinion was going to be Jewish people, and hey, that goes all the way back to putting
the Bible,
putting Jesus on the cross. Wasn't he Jewish?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Now, Steve says the problem with unity is that the left looks at us as less than, so they will do anything to stop us. And I believe that 100%. I don't believe that the Democrats want unity. I don't believe it. They want power is what they want.
They want power and money.
And when you treat a class of people like they're dumb, like they have to vote for me.
Nobody has to do anything. And if the country wants to,
I was disgusted when Obama came out because I voted for him in 2008. I was like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
And, hypothetically, no one actually has to vote at all if they don't want to.
Well, that's bad for the country.
It is, but I'm just saying, nobody has to vote for any specific person. And technically, nobody really has to vote. Do I recommend that? No, of course. I recommend if you want to fight for your country to go ahead and vote. But hey, guess what? Take a look at the electoral colleges.
But they shouldn't be saying, hey, it's a house nigga against the freaking field nigga.
No.
They shouldn't be saying that. Their own people. Come on.
No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's messed up. And they did that straight on CNN.
Yeah, well, look where the source is. It's CNN.
Talking about the media, the corporate media pushing the hate, man.
I wonder what BD has to say about that CNN comment.
I don't know. I think I'd have to get him. You know what? I'm going to get a comment from him on that. I'm going to get a quote from him. I really am. I want to know.
Yeah. Because he's seen it. Because he's CNN.
He's a big CNN
He's
guy.
CNN all the way. So you should get a quote from him. See what he has to say about it.
Yeah, I'm going to send him the video and say, hey, man, give me a quote on this.
I would. For real. For real. Do it.
Anyway, that's the show today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to go over to X-Man Free Speech Saturday at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Live stream over on Rumble as well. We do that every morning. But we're really going to start working on our Twitter account right there. So get on over there.